Welcome to Drift Indy Street League Round 2 at the beautiful USAIR. We're going to jump right into the first battle of our top 32 highlights between Clint Stotts and Colton Terrell. Terrell, qualifying 14th, leads, and Stotts, qualifying 19th, is chasing first. Terrell, with a nice, smooth entry, continues that great line throughout the course, hitting the zones with minimal errors. Stotts really getting close in chase towards the final outer zone. Now it's newcomer Stotts' turn to lead, and he begins with a big flick on entry, going wide enough to grab some of the dirt in the first outer zone. He continues his lead run, snapping to angle quickly with a lot of aggression, but making a few errors, getting a little too wide in some of the zones. Terrell is doing a great job sticking with him in the chase position, mirroring his line, transitioning with Stotts, and really putting the pressure on in the fifth outer zone. Terrell's smooth lead and chase combined with Stotts' errors in the lead will earn Terrell the win and send him to the top 16. Up next is Lee Roto and Cody Edmonson. Edmonson will lead, having qualified 6th, coming off of a top 8 finish at round 1 of Drift Indy Street League. Roto qualified his way in at 27th and will chase first. Edmonson with a huge flick entry, starting off the run aggressively, but missing a few of the zones and not quite on the proper line around the track. Roto, seemingly shook up at first by Edmonson's entry, is able to get back in the pocket and finishes out his chase run in a much better position. It's Lee Roto's turn to lead, and he was on a much wider line compared to Edmonson. Cody Edmonson was able to match Roto's entry nicely and stick with him for the run in the chase position. Roto was on a wider line when compared to Edmonson's lead, but had a few mistakes in the lead position, especially between outer zone 2 and 3. Both drivers cleaned it up for that final outer zone number 5, but the judges wanted to see cleaner runs in general in both the lead and the chase before they decided on a winner and sent these guys out for a one more time battle. The drivers went back to the line and began to battle again. This time, Edmonson doesn't have quite so large of a flick entry and is able to clean up the lead significantly, not dirt dropping in outer zone 3 and going much deeper in outer zone 5. In doing so, Roto is able to reel him in over the course of the run, maintaining his distance in the chase, transitioning with Edmonson, and really putting it on his door in outer zone number 5 in the chase position. In the lead, Roto goes nice and wide, maybe too wide in outer 1, and Edmonson, who is much farther back in chase, finds himself a little too far inside on a much shallower line, not really matching Roto's lead. Roto continues his run, cleaning it up a bit after going wide in outer zone 1. Edmonson is trying to stick with him, but is unable to put the pressure on in the chase after coming up shallow on entry. Edmonson never really recovers in the chase, and although he puts on a valiant effort, the judges award the win and the upset to Roto, who moves on to the top 16. Up next is Justin Medina and Brian Peter. Medina, finishing out round 1 of Drift Indy Street League in the top 8, has the 7th qualifying spot, so he will lead first, and Peter, a newcomer to competition, qualifying his way in at 26th, will chase first. Medina, with a big, aggressive flick to enter, grabs outer zone 1 and starts picking up speed between 2 and 3. Peter, trying to stick with him, is doing a great job mirroring Medina's line, but falls back slightly in chase in outer zone 5 as Medina finishes strong. This time, Peter is in the lead and Medina is going to chase him down. Peter with equally as aggressive of a flick to enter, but slows down slightly to grab outer zone 1 and doesn't get quite as deep. He starts picking up speed through outer zone 2 and 3 on a decent line, but not quite as deep in the zones as the judges would like. Medina reeling him in outer zone 4, tosses it up into outer zone 5, plastering it on Peter's door to finish out. That aggression in the chase paired with his lead is going to earn Medina the win and move him on to the top 16. Finally, we have the battle between Vance Kearns and Cash Staub. A highly anticipated battle between two heavy hitters. This one seems like it should be in the Final Four rather than top 32, but either way, we're all in for a heck of a battle. Staub, ending the first round of Drift Indy Street League on the podium, enters with a huge flick, and Kearns does a great job mirroring his entry and looking settled in the chase position. Staub getting all the way out to outer zone number 1, grabbing some of the dirt in the process, but keeping that momentum and staying nice and deep through 2 and 3. He stays wide throughout outer zone 4, which is exactly what the judges want to see, but do not count out Vance in the chase as he is absolutely planted, mirroring Staub's transitions and getting nice and close, especially in outer zone 5. Now, Vance Kearns is up in the lead, and Cash Staub will be chasing him down. Kearns flicking it in, staying wide to grab outer zone 1 nearly perfectly. He moves quickly through 2 and 3, staying nice and wide for outer zone 4, looking dialed in the lead. But Staub is matching him in the chase, sticking close and planting it on Kearns' door, especially in outer zone 5. This battle is entirely too close to call, and we get the pleasure of watching them go one more time. Drivers are back on the line for their one more time battle. Cash Staub tossing it in there just as aggressive as his first run, and Vance Kearns taking that opportunity to get close to him on entry, but has a little adjustment in the chase position. Staub looking like a mirror image of his first lead run, just absolutely on point in each one of the zones. Vance Kearns taking that opportunity to really put the pressure on going into outer zone 5, and Staub gets wide enough ending the run to grab some dirt. This time, Vance Kearns leads and Cash Staub chases him down. Kearns taking off with a ton of speed coming up to entry. Staub managing to reel him in. Kearns getting nice and wide again, looking exactly like his first lead. Tossing on the angle in outer zone 2, picking up some speed through 3, and staying nice and wide in 4. Staub sticking with him as they end the run high in outer zone 5. Both drivers throwing down for this one more time battle, but Staub's consistency wins out and he moves on to the top 16.